How's it going, everybody? This is Juan Galt with Crypto TV, and I got a short and sweet video for you guys today. Somebody asked me on a Steemit comment, what I think about this crypto winter, and I definitely have a few thoughts about it. Basically, I'm starting to conclude that very, very few things will ever rise like Bitcoin has risen. And that's because very, very few things are trying to or actually can be currencies. Bitcoin has a lot of things that are very special to it. And one of them is that the creator of Bitcoin, Satoshi Nakamoto, disappeared and is no longer there. And because he was the first, because he had years of network effect, the amount of infrastructure that's been built on it is unparalleled to any other altcoin out there. Absolutely. Ethereum is the next best thing as far as infrastructure built for it. And Ethereum's not even trying to be a currency. It doesn't even pretend to try to be a currency. They've never built anonymity into it. It's always been fairly transparent. And now that they put in SNARKs, or they're talking about putting SNARKs on it, it's going to be more private, more anonymous, yes, but also it's falling. And it's falling because of a lot of reasons, and whether or not that fall will be permanent or whether it will rise again, we shall see. And I certainly have thoughts about how that might play out, or why it's happening, or how that could happen, why the market is losing sort of confidence in Ethereum right now, or it could just be correcting after a massive pump, massive moonshot. But the long story short is that currency is something very special. It's something very unique. The vast majority of financial instruments are not currency. The vast majority of altcoins have no chance, like literally 0.0000 nothing chance of being currency, and yet they try. And I think that's a fool's quest. And yeah, okay, you can experiment and try and learn a few things, but even some of the biggest altcoins are never going to be a currency, and that's because currencies need a great deal of confidence, and there's a reason why Bitcoin is built the way it's built. It's why security in Bitcoin has been the top priority. And now that the scaling conflict, the great scaling crypto wars have occurred, and we have a victor. Now we're seeing a huge amount of innovation happening on top of Bitcoin that is lagging in the altcoin space. In the altcoin space, rarely do I see anything implemented that is actually impressive. Whereas with Lightning Network and the stuff that's happening in Lightning, as far as fundamentals go, I'm more bullish and more bullish every day. Now there's very few exceptions. There's a handful probably of crypto applications outside of currency that I think could be very powerful, and but the vast majority of altcoins are going to fail, just like the vast majority of startups fail. This is just a new way of trying to create some entrepreneurial endeavor, and so in general, I am very bullish on Bitcoin. Towards the end of the year, I think we'll see a great rise. Probably 40,000, maybe more, and by the end of next year we'll definitely be hitting 100,000, maybe more. But as far as most of the altcoins, they will lag far behind, because currency is something that is way too unique and way too special, and the vast majority of these altcoins are not currencies, even though we call them cryptocurrencies. They are stocks. They are equity-like tokens, or stocks, or utility tokens that are dependent, for the most part, on the performance of a specific small or relatively small group of people. Whereas Bitcoin, as an open source project with 9 years behind it, and 5-6 years of growth without a core founder's leadership, is far beyond that point. It's not about a small group of people's influence, even though crypto is still fairly small as a space compared to everything else out there, even compared to multiple companies, big companies. It's still quite big. So Bitcoin has escaped that problem, and most of the other altcoins are basically stocks. And stocks are not currencies. Stocks are speculative assets, depending on the performance of a particular team, regardless of how decentralized they claim to be, or regardless of what crypto platform they're built upon. Very few things are currency. So, we'll see. It is a massive experiment, and I don't have all the answers. I'm not a clairvoyant, even though I've had some success predicting where things will go, including choosing the winning side of this Bitcoin versus Bitcoin Cash debate, at least so far. And I think it will continue that way. So, predict Dash. Did well on Ethereum. I guess a lot of people did. It's not hard to do really well in the crypto space if you get in early enough, But there's certainly a lot of, I'm not interested in short-term or mid-term pumps. I'm interested in long-term success. There's confidence in long-term success, and that's the only thing that I can really speak to is things that can live for a long time and actually deliver products and deliver goods in the crypto space. And there's very, very few that I actually see that kind of real potential in. Everything else most of the things seem very gimmicky and very naive. But what do I know? If you want to ask me more specific questions, if you want names, if you want to hear how I think about the crypto killer apps, what parts of the space I think are worth looking at, you can hire me to do it. Check out the link below. I'm doing consulting this week. Sorry, I'm not just going to give all my years of research for free, but I'm happy to have a one-on-one conversation with you, and we can work something out. So yeah, send me a message, link below to how to reach me, and you guys have a fantastic day. This conversation was sponsored by Komodo, a zero-knowledge, peer-to-peer atomic swap exchange. Learn more at komodoplatform.com.